All right, today we're diving into a really cool new tool from Google that's trying to tackle information overload once and for all. It's called Notebook LM. The big idea? It gives you a personal AI expert that is trained only on the documents you give it. Let's break down what that really means and why it's such a game changer.
You know the feeling, right? You're just staring at a massive 50-page report, or maybe a super dense article, or just a pile of notes from meetings, and you're thinking, where do I even start? It is the definition of information overload, and honestly, it can be totally paralyzing.
Okay, now picture this, an AI assistant that hasn't read the entire internet. Instead, it becomes an instant top-tier expert on one thing and one thing only, the documents you uploaded. That's the whole concept behind Notebook LM. It's not just another chatbot, it's your very own personalized research assistant.
So let's get right into the single most important feature, the one thing that really sets Notebook LM apart from, well, pretty much everything else. It's this idea of a grounded AI, and it's all about making sure the information you get back is actually trustworthy and accurate.
So what is it really? Well, the official line is it's an experimental AI-powered notebook, but a better way to think about it is like this. You hand it a specific library, your reports, your notes, whatever your sources are, and it builds a brain that knows only that information. It's not just an expert, it's your expert. And here's where things get really, really interesting, especially when you put it side by side with a general AI like ChatGPT. A general AI, it pulls from the whole internet, which is amazing, but it also means it can sometimes, it can make stuff up or pull in details that aren't relevant. Notebook LM, totally different. It's in its own little world, restricted only to your sources. This grounding means you can actually trust its answers.
So, what's it like to actually use this thing? Let's take a look at how the tool turns these static, boring documents into a real dynamic conversation with your own files.
So the second you upload your documents, you land on this notebook guide dashboard. And it doesn't just sit there. Right away, it's working for you. It automatically spits out a summary, it suggests some smart questions you might want to ask, and it even gives you these one-click buttons to create things like an FAQ or a timeline, and yeah, you're seeing that right, a podcast generator. We are definitely getting to that in a minute. But the real magic starts when you just ask it questions. In plain English, you can ask it anything you want. For this example, we've uploaded a national report on mathematics education, and we're just asking a simple, direct question, what are the 5 main takeaways from this report? And boom, just like that, you get this perfectly clean, bulleted list answering your exact question. But, and this is a big but, look closer at the slide. You see those little numbers in the brackets? Those aren't just for decoration. They are citations, and they are the absolute key to trusting this AI.
So let's just pick one. Let's take citation number 3 here. The moment you click on it, something really cool happens.
The original document instantly pops up, and it takes you to the exact passage the AI used to come up with its answer, and it's even highlighted for you. This is the feature that basically kills AI hallucinations. You can check every single claim it makes in a split second. This is a total game changer for building trust in AI summaries. But Notebook LM isn't just a fancy summarizer. You can also use it as a creative partner, to brainstorm and cook up completely new ideas and content, all of it based on your original material. I mean, how about this for a prompt? Asking it to write a haiku about a dense government report on math. It's kind of a funny example, but it shows you that you can ask it to reimagine your information in pretty much any way you can dream up, from a professional email to an entire interview script. All right, let's talk about the feature that's been getting all the buzz. This is where Notebook LM goes from being a really, really useful tool to something that feels like it's straight out of the future. Just think about it for a second. You've got to absorb this long report or get through a study guide, but you're busy. You're at the gym, you're in the car, you're making dinner. Reading is just not an option. But what if you could just listen to it instead? This is the audio overview feature. And listen, it is not just some robotic voice reading text out loud. No way! Notebook LM generates an entire conversational podcast. It actually creates 2 different AI hosts who discuss and debate and explain the key points from your documents in this super natural, engaging way. It seriously sounds like a real podcast you'd stumble upon online. And it gets even crazier. The source material mentioned that the AI hosts will sometimes add their own little bits of personality, saying stuff like, tune in next time, or they'll even pause like they're about to head to a commercial break. It's a pretty wild glimpse into a future of totally personalized, on-demand audio. So at this point, you're probably wondering, okay,
How do I try this out for myself? Well, the good news is it's incredibly simple to get up and running.
Getting your information into a notebook is super straightforward. As you can see, you've got 5 main options. You can upload files like PDFs, you can paste in a web link or just raw text, or you can connect it right to your Google Docs and Slides. So whatever format your info is in, it's pretty easy to get started.
Now, since this is still an experimental tool, it's good to know the current limits. It's really built for text, so it doesn't work with spreadsheets like Excel just yet. You can have up to 50 sources in one notebook, and each of those sources can be up to 500,000 words long. So it's powerful, but you still want to be a little strategic with what you upload.
Okay, so after looking at all these features, from the trustworthy answers to the AI-generated podcasts, what's the one big thing you should really walk away with?
When you boil it all down, it's this. Notebook LM takes your static, flat documents and turns them into an interactive and, this is the most important part, a trustworthy research partner. It's a tool designed to help you not just skim information, but to really truly understand it and play with it.
And that kind of leaves us with a much bigger question, doesn't it? Are we maybe seeing the very beginning of a new way of learning? A future where we shift from just consuming generic content to actually generating personalized materials, from study guides to podcasts, all created instantly just for us. It's a really powerful idea, and maybe a little glimpse of what's to come.